episode of What the Fuck? And we have a guest with us tonight in studio. We have Doc Strange.
Yeah.
And he is here to help us sort through all of this kind of weird shit that has been going on in our country now. So today we wanted to talk about social justice. It's a new word for me because I'm from an older generation, and I don't really understand what its connotation is, what it's supposed to mean.
It's really the definition is quite expansive. It includes a lot of different things on a lot of different levels. So it's really hard to define in that sense. It touches every part of our lives through things you can help and things you can't help. And for whatever reason, if you are guilty of it, then you're guilty. It's really hard to explain. So let's, I guess we're going to sort through that right now.
All right. So, So my first thing is on the college campuses all over the United States, this is happening, and you have these kids, for lack of a better word, because I'm older, I call them kids. So these kids
that might be a little microaggression.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm aggressive.
Don't be ageist.
I'm aggressive. So they need safe spaces, and you can't say certain words, and you can't. They're offensive. These words and the phrases, and I've heard some of them, and they're ridiculous. Use the term "man up."
Yeah. Well, it's about political correctness. It's about controlling.
But even not that term, political correctness.
Exactly.
It's a bad term.
You have to say it the right way, the unoffensive, the unobtrusive, the good way. And when you change the language,
is there a good way?
Say something. You change the definition.
Is there a good way?
I don't know. Is there? I don't think we should be faulted for saying things like this.
Apparently, they want to change the American lexicon, and they want to insert different words and delete other words and so forth. So it's just very, very strange. I was always under the impression that you attended college as a continuation of school so that you could learn what it was like to be in the real world. And I'm sorry, but at this moment in time, this is not real world.
No.
Nobody gives a shit about what you are hurting about. I mean, everybody has their own problems to deal with, and I understand that, but I've got my own problems, and it's kind of like the whole thing. I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I pass a homeless person on the street, and I have a choice whether to give them money or not, and I have my own set of parameters as to why and
you have
how
standards. You're being discriminatory, literally, by saying why not you would want to give that homeless person money.
Yeah, but it's my money.
Exactly.
So that ends the conversation right there. Yes. It's mine, and I'm giving it away, and I can choose who to give it to. That's cut and dried right there. There's no fucking discussion with that. I don't think any of this even touches on personal rights of the other person. All you're talking about is the victim, and essentially what you're doing is just trading places. Now we become the victims because you're imposing your own thoughts on us, and I feel victimized.
Yeah, that's why we need our safe space, right?
Yeah,
I need a space where I don't have to hear your views. I don't have to be offended by you. Well, it sounds lovely. I wish there was a such thing as that. If I could dig a 10-foot hole in the ground and cover it up with a piece of wood, that would probably be the safest space I could find, because there's no one down there but me. You're probably not going to hear any other dissenting opinions. So
right.
I don't know. That looks like the only option.
Didn't they used to call that putting your head in the sand?
Yeah, there you go.
What are your thoughts on this, Doc?
Man, look, to be honest, I had heard about these guys going around doing these things that they were doing, and I flipped out. But I didn't know that there was a whole movement behind it. I thought it was just here and there, but
At every major college campus.
Yeah, it is. I mean, apparently there are people going to. There are people going to jail over this. That they're saying that they got their feelings hurt, so they call the police, and I don't know how the police kind of sort this weird thing out, but.
Well, today I saw an article that at Starbucks, somebody ordered a Starbucks, and they write your name on the cup, and he said Trump. And in case you had been living under a rock for the last however long, Trump has become the epitome of sexism, racism, isolationism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, any phobia you could think of that, is looked frowned upon. He is, the end-all be-all, apparently, of this. And so he said, write Trump on my cup. And so they called the police on him because they were offended by it. They called the police down there because
they were offended by the name of the new president.
That's ridiculous. At 7-Elevens, they have coffee cups during the election that say Republican or Democrat, or, a blank one that doesn't say anything. Now, when you get the Republican, because I used to work at one, it's terrible. You get the Republican cup and people would just, you see just, bro, like, I gotta say something. It's like, whoa, like nobody's saying anything about your cup. It's your choice. You can't drink Pepsi because I like Coke. Do you understand? And Burger King.
Only my opinion matters.
You can't worship Allah because I worship Jesus.
So, I guess it's okay for their side to say what's okay, and then or say something and to brandish something and to sponsor something. But when somebody else does it, you have to use violence and get angry and get offended and all of this other stuff. I mean, then what's the use?
We're living in the Orwellian nightmare right now. We're living in 1984. It is wrong for you to have certain thoughts. You can get arrested for them. Yeah, this is, when we take language like that, when we start arresting people for language, that's what it really is. You cannot think that. You cannot say that. It is a crime. You cannot have a certain look on your face because that's a crime. It's face crime. It's thought crime. Next thing you know, I listen to Megadeth. Dave Mustaine said, next thing you know, they'll take my thoughts away. And that's a scary thing because it's happening right now.
What does my face say right now? What's going through my head right now?
Yeah, must be something bad because you're not smiling.
Face crime.
But wow. This whole
for someone to be so pretentious as to say that they know what you're thinking. I mean, that's just weird in itself. I mean, who really knows what you're thinking? Nobody but you. Nobody knows what you're thinking. And it's like that leads me into another thing. Why are you so pretentious that you think that you matter to me? I mean, my friends matter. My friends matter dearly to me. But if you think that I'm going to, or a total stranger is going to matter to me almost as much as a homeless person, I mean, that tells you what a stranger means to me. I wouldn't even give you $1. I'd rather give a homeless person $1 or buy him a sandwich. So why in the fuck do you think I care about what the fuck hurts your feelings? If you didn't grow up learning this adage, sticks and stones can break my bones, but names can never hurt me. Unless you let them. If you claim that they hurt you, it's because you're allowing it to. I mean, I've been called many things in my life. I mean, fuck, I was the only Mexican in my school. And in my elementary school, I was the only Mexican. You know what they called me? There was a show at that time called Chico and the Man. They called me Chico. Yeah, they didn't even know my real name. They just called me Chico. And there were white kids who the white kids that were there were some of them that absolutely hated me.
It's a matter of emotional constitution. Do you have the ability to shrug off that which truly doesn't matter?
Because they called me Chico.
Yeah,
that's my point. I'm still here. I'm not hurt. I'm not. There's no scars from.
Emotional scars. I'll feel it forever. I'll have that memory forever.
Yeah, and it was, you know, it was started in maliciousness. It really was. It was a malicious thing that they called me. So and then it just kind of turned into everybody called me that. So don't think that it wasn't hurtful. And yeah, at the time, I got my feelings hurt. Big deal. I lived with it. I dealt with it.
Well, it's like you know what they say: if you don't like what you see on TV, change the channel. If you don't like what you're hearing on the radio, tune the station. If you don't like what someone's saying to you, walk away. It's unless it's like, you know, something violent, then yeah, you probably shouldn't stand for that. But
there's people who are going to threaten you because they think that that's the right thing to do, according to their, I don't know, religion, their political stance. It could be a million different things that could motivate these type of angers.
Well, you see the social justice warriors. You know, they're out there on the college campuses protesting. They got signs. You don't see us out there protesting these people because we think they're so stupid. Like, you have the right to think what you want, but we don't think it's right. We're not going to stop you from doing it, but you are going to stop us from thinking how we think, and that's not the good thing. They're out there protesting, and we have enough mind to know that that's nothing.
So this is a very, very multifaceted subject, and I mean, you know, again, I am stating only my own opinion and what I don't understand about it. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of comments, a lot of emails, a lot of whatever, and that's fine. We welcome that. Maybe, just maybe, you might straighten me out. Who knows?
No, you know, that's the thing. We welcome different ideas. We welcome it. Please.
Just don't yell at me. Don't call me an asshole, because I know I am. I'm an asshole.
There's shutting it out, and then there's just listening to it.
Yeah, so state your case, and maybe you'll even make it on one of the episodes. So thanks, Doc, for coming tonight.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and hey, thanks for watching. What the fuck?
What the fuck?